Tribal people normally worship tree. So why we should worship tree? Oh, it is written in this scripture, in Vedas. Veda is always right. In that connection, Chaitanya was said, like Veda said, stool is impure. But for purifying something, we use cow dung. Any dead body, skeleton, bone is contaminated. But conch shell also a dead. So not only is pure, for purifying any place, we use this conch shell water and we put conch in the altar. The sound of the conch purify the atmosphere. Like that, Veda is written, you have to. Everybody is. Everywhere in this world, either they are follower of Sanatana religion or not, everybody respect the cow dung. Once when I was at Deland, one local American came, we were discussing about cow. He said, why you respect so much for the cows? I said, you don't respect? No, we don't respect. So, do you take your stool in your hand, in right hand? No, how can? Then why you take cow dung in your hand and for your cultivating your land? He has no answer. So nobody will ashamed or contaminated by touching cow dung. So that is written in the Vedas. So whatever is written in the Vedas, that is. So here, as Vedas is written there, we should worship vehemently, we should worship. In the Skanda Purana, it is stated, it is directed that a devotee should offer water to the Tulsi plant and Amla tree. He should offer respect to Banyan tree, Ashattha Vriksha, the cows and the Brahmanas, and should serve the Vaishnavas by offering them respectful obeisances and meditating upon them. All of these processes will help the devotee to diminish the reactions of his past sinful activities. Very powerful. We should respect Tulasi plant, Amlaki tree, Banyan to Ashat, cows. Wow. Why animal and tree? Yes, human also, Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Why? All of this process will help the devotee to diminish the reactions to his past sinful activities. It is written in Skanda Purana. Now another important, giving up the company of non-devotees. Ashat Sanga Tag a Vaishnav Acha. Lord Chaitanya was once asked by one of his household devotee what the general behavior of a Vaishnav should be. Every year, the devotees from Bengal used to visit Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath. When the devotees were returning, one devotee asked, Shattaraj Ramananda Bushu. They asked, Mahaprabhu, we are grihastha. What should be the behavior of a Vaishnava? Mahaprabhu said, Ashat Sanga Tag a Vaishnava. To give up non-devotees. Ashat Sanga Tag. Then next question comes, who is Ashat? Then Mahaprabhu said, Ashat are of two types. Lord Chaitanya replied that the Vaishnava should always give up the company of non-devotees. Then he explained that There are two kinds of non-devotees. Istri Sangi ek asat Krishna Bhakta. Truth is, Istri Sangi ek asat Krishna Abhakta. Those are the not devotee of Krishna there, and another one is Istri Sangi. One class is against the supremacy of Krishna, and another class is too much materialistic. In other words, those who are after material enjoyment and those who are against the supremacy of the Lord are called Avaishnava, and their company should be strictly avoided. Those who don't accept the supremacy of Krishna and materialist. Once upon a time, it is written Chaitanya Chandradaya Natakam. Kavi Karnapur was writing. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his form, that he is Lord in Shiva Shangan, he was showering his mercy to everybody. And Mukunda and Murari Gupta Mahaprabhu said, they are offended, I cannot give them. Wow, Advaita Acharya said, Mahaprabhu, what is the mistake? Though the mistake is there, one is attached to us, Adhyatmavadi, not directly worshipping Lord. And another, not believing the form of the Lord. And another is attached to the four-handed form of the Lord. He is not believing two-handed form is the Supreme. There is aparad. So they are different level of. So Mahaprabhu then, Advaita Acharya prayed to Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu, but yes, please forgive them. And Mahaprabhu put his feet on their head. And Mahaprabhu forgive them. So they're different level of aparad. But gross aparad, here, those who accept the supremacy of Krishna, and another the materialistic. One should strictly avoid this type of association. In other words, those who are after material enjoyment and those who are against the supremacy of the Lord are called Avaishnava. In the Kattan Samhita, it is stated that even if one is forced to live within a cage of iron or in the midst of blazing fire, he should accept his position rather than live with non-devotees who are thorough against the supremacy of the Lord. Please read after me, but don't quote to other people. Before quoting this statement, you should quote in one of the devotees only. Don't quote this thing in one of the non-devotee. It's very difficult for them to digest initially. So you should first be convinced, then you can tell the Vaishnava community only. Because non-devotee will understand initially. I am again reading. Kattan Samhita stated that even if one is forced to live within a cage of iron or in the midst of the blazing fire, he should accept this position rather than live with a non-devotee who are thorough against the supremacy of the Lord. Wow. It is good to remain a blazing fire. What does it mean? Death. Death is better than associating with non-devotees. Why? Why is so powerful a statement? Because due to death, only one lifetime. Next time we'll get it. But non-devotee association, we don't know after how many lifetimes we'll come back. Ashurim jonim apanna mura janmani janmani mama aprapkaiva konta tato jati kathamangati. So non-devotee association is very dangerous. Similarly, in Vishnu Rahasya, there is a statement to the effect that one should prefer to embrace a snake or a tiger, or an alligator, rather than associate with the person who are worshippers of demigods and who are impelled by material desire. Please try to remember all these things. Huh? First one is Kattan Sangita. Kattan Sangita telling, Kattan Sangita, what is telling? Kattan Sangita telling blazing fire. Blazing fire. It is good to indulge blazing fire. And blazing fire with non-devotees. And Vishnu Rahasya is saying it is good to embrace a snake, a tiger, or alligator. Compared with whom? Demigods. Who are worshippers of various demigods. Not to associate with the demigod worshipper. Sometimes people may say, oh, my relatives all are demigod worshipper, I have to do now. Then should I embrace a snake? Tiger? No, you should not embrace a tiger, but try to understand the effect of that association. You may start to believe that demigods and Krishna both are the same. Then if we start to think in such a way, then lose the Krishna consciousness, this joy of Krishna consciousness. And after how many lifetimes you'll get, who knows? So that is why the way we are fearful to associate with corona patient, we should be more fearful for associating with this non-devotees. Here, the demigod worshippers are compared to the non-devotees. Because demigod worshippers are not devotees. Oh, ISKCON devotees are so fanatic. Demigod worshippers are not devotees? Yes. Because what is devotion? Devotion means ahaitika apratihata, without any motivation. But demigod worshipper with motivation. Give this, oh Lord, I'll do this and give me this. It's condition, it is not devotion. There is a puja, worship, but not devotion. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is instructed that one may worship a certain demigod if he is desirous to achieving some material gain. It is nicely mentioned in second canto that Srimad Bhagavatam, for gaining different type of gain, we can worship different type of demigod. Nicely, there is a nice list mentioned. For example, one is advised to worship the sun god if he desires to getting rid of disease condition. For a beautiful wife, one may worship Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva. And for advanced education, one may worship Saraswati. There is a similar list of worshippers of all demigods, according to different material desires. But all of these worshippers, although they appear to be very good devotees of the demigods, are still considered to be non-devotees. They are considered as non-devotees. They cannot be accepted as devotees. Because clearly mentioned, they cannot be accepted as devotees. Devotee means devotee of Krishna. Why? Okay, You may not understand devotion. Actually, a real word actually come from bhakti. Devotion is an English word, has no proper meaning. But actual word is bhakti. Bhakti what comes from bhaj dhatu. Verbal root is bhaj. And bhaj means doing something out of love. Bhajakti, bhakti. So doing something out of love, that is called bhakti, devotion, is only applicable for Lord Krishna. But other demigod, their puja, worship. There's nicely mentioned, and Prabhupada explained that thing in Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, 46th verse. In the very beginning. The Mayavadis, impersonalists, say that one worship any form of the Lord, and that is that it does not matter because one reaches the same destination anyway. Jatama. The Mayavadis, impersonalists, say that one worship any form of the Lord, that it does not matter, whatever form you go, because one reaches the same destination anyway. Any road you go, you reach the same destination. How is foolish thing? Huh? You can go any road, you will reach in Delhi. But it is clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita that those are the worship of demigods, Janti Devabrata Devan, Pittin Janti Pittipata. Bhagavad Gita clearly stated. Worship of demigods will ultimately reach only the planets of the demigods. Those who are the devotees of the Lord, Mat Bhakta Janti Mamapi. Krishna clearly tells. Mat Bhakta Janti Mamapi. They go, the devotees of the Lord go to the Lord Himself, who will promote it to the Lord's abode, the kingdom of God. So actually, these persons were worshippers of demigods, have been condemned in the Gita. The worshippers of demigod condemned Bhagavad. Kankanta karmanam siddhi jajanto iho devata. Bhagavad Gita at the very beginning said, iho devata. These demigods are from in this material, not from this place. And in 7th chapter, Krishna clearly said, Tad bhavati alpamedasya. Alpamedasya. Only less intelligent people will worship. Anta. The whatever thing they will give, they have end. Antava. Not eternal thing they can do, because they are not eternal. So actually, these persons who are worshippers of demigod have been condemned in the Bhagavad Gita. It is described there. Due to their lusty desires, they have lost their intelligence and have therefore taken to worship different demigods. What is the verse? 7 chapter 20. What is that? Kamoistastha hita jnana. Kamoistastha hita jnana. Due to kamana, vasana, desire, hita jnana. Kamoistastha hita jnana prapadanto anna devata. Wow, what is powerful statement. When they out of desire, lusty desire, they lose their intelligence, only then they worship it. So in the Vishnu Rahasya, these demigod worshippers are forcefully condemned by the statement that it is better to live with the most dangerous animals than to associate with this person. What are the dangerous animals? What are the dangerous animals? Have you forgotten? Snake, tiger, and alligator. In the Vishnu Rahasya, there is a statement to the effect that one should prefer to embrace a snake, a tiger, or an alligator, rather than associate persons for the worshippers of various demigods. What Rupa Goswami is saying is not his mental contraction. He is giving proof from the scripture. Next point, not accepting unfit disciples, constructing many temples, or reading many books. Another stricture is that a person may have many disciples, but he should not act in such a way that he will be obliged to any of them for such particular action or some favor. And one should also not be very enthusiastic about constructing new topics. Nor should one be enthusiastic about reading various types of books, save and except ones which lead to the advancement of devotional service. When Chaitanya visited Bangladesh, he met one Pandit, Tapan Misra. He was bewildered by reading so many books. What is the goal of life? Shadda Sadhana. He could not ascertain what is my goal of life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached Bangladesh. Then he told Tapan Mitra, Bahu Shastra Bahu Vakke Chitta Brahmay Shadda Sadhan Srishta Nahai. If you read Bahu Shastra Bahu Vakke, if you read so many books, if you watch so many YouTubes, Bahu Vakke Chitta Brahmay Shadda Sadhan Srishta Nahai. You cannot ascertain who is one is the best. That is, will say, whatever Srila Prabhupada has given, that is the best. Only fixed on Srila Prabhupada. Practically, if one very carefully reads Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and this nectar of devotion, that will give him sufficient knowledge to understand the science of Krishna consciousness. One need not take the trouble of reading other books. Wow. Sure of Krishna is there or not? Yesterday he asked this question, what I should read. When Prabhupada is saying, what Prabhupada said, practically if one is carefully read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, teaching Lord Chaitanya, and nectar of devotion, what does it mean? It means whatever book I have written, that is enough. Prabhupada is not telling whatever book I have written, that is enough. He is not telling inside in this statement. He is telling the name of the book. That means you can understand. Prabhupada is saying, my book is enough. One need not take the trouble of reading other books. Why should take the trouble of reading other books? In the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 13th chapter, verse 8, Narad Muni, while discussing with Maharaj Yudhishthira the various functions of the different orders in society, specially mentions rules for the sannyasis, those persons who have renounced this material world. One who has accepted the sannyas order of life is forbidden to accept a disciple, anyone who is not fit. The sannyasi should first of all examine whether a prospective student is sincerely seeking Krishna consciousness or not. If he is not, he should not be accepted. However, Lord Chaitanya's causeless mercy is such that he advised all bona fide spiritual master to speak about Krishna consciousness everywhere. Therefore, the line of Lord Chaitanya, even the sannyasis can speak about Krishna consciousness everywhere. And if someone is seriously inclined to become a disciple, the sannyasi always accepts him. But for preaching Krishna consciousness, there is no path. Either is faithful or faithless. We can preach Krishna consciousness anywhere. The point is that without increasing the number of disciples, there is no propagation of the cult of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, sometimes even at a risk, a sannyasi in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu may accept even a person who is not thoroughly fit to become a disciple. Prabhupada has given some relaxation, so merciful. Later on, by the mercy of such a bona fide spiritual master, the disciple is gradually elected. Today I was hearing a lecture on Shisham Bhakti Shamakura Maharaj, who was telling, Prabhupada in those days, only 12 years, he initiated 10,000 disciples. And nobody was ordinary disciples. Why? Guru Maharaj saying, disciples were nobody attached to their home. All these disciples, they gave up their home, they shifted to the temple. That is the Prabhupada's potential. Prabhupada, those who Prabhupada give initiation, they give up their home. Even Grihastha, they give up their. Wow, how serious are they? Three couples. Just imagine, young couple, just not 1 year married. Like Janaki, some 1 or 2 maybe. Janaki Mukunda. Gurudas, Jamuna. Shamsundar Malati. 3 couple, young couple. They shift. They from USA they come to UK. And they don't have money. Just imagine young couple going UK, they don't know anybody and they have no money. How much dedication? And when they go Europe, from the Europe, when they try to enter in the UK, they have to show some amount of money. They collect all money, only 1 couple can go. When all couple enter, they send this money back, another couple enter, they send the money back, another couple enter. This type of dedication. That is the potential of Srila Prabhupada. However, if one increases the number of disciples simply for some prestige or false honor, he will surely fall down in the matter of executing Krishna consciousness. Similarly, a bona fide spiritual master has no business reading many books simply to show his proficiency or to get popularity by lecturing different places. Motivational speaker. One should avoid all these things. It is also stated that a sannyasi should not be enthusiastic about constructing temples. We can see in the lives of the various acharyas, in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that they are not very enthusiastic about constructing temples. However, if somebody comes forward to offer some service, the same reluctant acharyas will encourage the building of costly temples by such servitors. By such servitors. By such servitors. Not he himself. For example, Rupa Goswami was offered a favor by Maharaj Manshi, the commander-in-chief of Emperor Akbar, and Rupa Goswami instructed him to construct a large temple for Govindaji, which cost vast amounts of money. Rupa Goswami did not take the responsibility. Manshi did. So a bona fide spiritual master should not personally take any responsibility for constructing temples. But if someone has money and wants to spend it in the service of Krishna, an acharya like Rupa Goswami may utilize the devotee's money to construct a nice, costly temple for the service of the Lord. Unfortunately, it happens that someone who is not fit to become a spiritual master may approach wealthy persons to contribute for temple constructions. If such money is utilized by unqualified spiritual masters for living comfortably in costly temples without actually doing any preaching work, that is not acceptable. In other words, a spiritual master need not be very enthusiastic for constructing temple building simply in the name of so-called spiritual advancement. Rather, his first and foremost activity should be to please. In this connection, Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami recommended that a spiritual master print books If one has money, instead of constructing costly temples, one should spend his money for the publication of authorized books in different languages for propagating the Krishna consciousness movement. Very powerful, huh? Wow. Looks like a very simple point, but yes, still we should read in association with the devotees. Thank you very much. I hope there is no question. Victor Shanti, together with Gautam.